right, well, did the old back to the 50s, was good. The car performed good, but we still got cooling issues. We weren't really able to run the AC. It was just running really, really hot. But yeah, overall, we had no real problems. A couple little breakdowns, but it was all good. So we're gonna get back to that. I do want to pull this rad out, and I am going to try to jam the biggest rad I can get into this thing as far forward as I can to get some air in there. That's what we were noticing, because it was hot. I think it was almost 40, well, Celsius. I don't know what that is for you guys, 100 and something. And this thing, I had no problems, but it was cruising hot. Like, I think we were doing about 230 degrees on the highway all the way back. So she was warm, but never died, so that is a win. So anyways, I'm gonna get this off. Kyle, I think, is finishing up his car, and then once I found this rad, I got this rad, and I'm gonna try to see if I can make it fit. If not, I'm gonna run like a full-size truck rad, or the biggest thing I can in here, and then we're gonna get back on this thing and do some floors. I want to try to get the tunnel and all the floor structure in, to which I can get some aluminum or something to actually make all the back panels. That's the plan. We've been fidgeting around a whole bunch. Hopefully our new game plan is going to work. I have two of these, so I'm going to maybe be rubber hosing it down here so we just have a solid connection. I don't have to worry about the hose hitting, rubbing something by chance. And then up here we're going to have to do a bit of a snake, and I'm going to have to weld like a filler onto here because now the rad is lower than our highest point on the motor. So I'll do this to this and make my filler actually way up here. That is the goal. It'll leave us with this huge gap. I can do anything I want. Could maybe put the mechanical fan, but it's not going to make any sense. So what I'm going to do is mount an electric fan behind here, and then I'll run a secondary one behind the condenser. I know this is totally backwards to the way modern cars work, but I'm going to try it, see what happens. See, the problem being is that when my hood is on, only this much air actually goes into here. So I'm hoping with the larger rad, I'm actually going to have at least more surface, and it should cover it. Like, this rad is huge over my old one there, so I don't know. Should work. The only thing I got to do now is make some mounting tabs. So I'm going to be cutting some plate. I have some bigger, heavy aluminum. So I had a crossover plate going here. I'm gonna make one that goes here, weld it to the side of the rad. Hopefully I can do that with a tri-gusset in there. It'll be fine. Then up here, I'm just gonna flat plate up to here that we can kind of bolt in, and that should just hold the rad in place nice. The only crazy part is like down here, yeah, we're gonna have the rubber hose running all the way across to this side. And yeah, whatever. I'm okay with that. If it works in the end, does not bother me whatsoever. So, I don't know. I guess now I got to prop this up a little bit. I'm going to figure out where I got to do my flat to it. And we'll start with the bottom, get that mount working, and then we'll come back up here. And we'll basically just burn on a plate that goes up here, and we'll put 2 or 3 rib zerks to kind of hold the thing on. Then we can pull the rad out. It's kind of why I can't put any elbows on any of this stuff. I'm going to have to make everything like a double rubber joint, because the rad's so big I can't get it out without, I don't know what, pulling the bumper and the grill off, so I don't want to have that. Anyways, let's start with making a plate down here that's going to weld to the side brace on this radiator, and that should support the bottom, and then the top again we'll just buzzer up on there. Well, seeing me make this, you might question what it's for, but because of where I have to mount my new radiator, in the hopes that we can actually run AC at 30 above in here, I needed to move my rad down. So we got my mounts. I have to drill them yet, but the lower mounts are there. We're going to put some rubber isolators underneath it. So both sides are there. It's going to, I still have to drill these and put some rib zerks in. It's going to bolt up here. The rads, or the fan, will be behind here, but it's actually pretty close now that I really look at it. The filler's there, the rad top is here, but it's still lower than the highest point. So I kind of made this thing up that will kind of attach to here, and then we can kind of fill it at there. Hopefully that'll all work. I ended up putting my purge or my bleed valve, whatever this hose, I keep forgetting the name of it now, is going to go into here. But yeah, I think I got to trim this a little bit, but that's okay. So that'll be that. Yeah, again, I'm going to take the big fan off of there. I have this 16-inch fan that's on there. I'm going to take it off, and we'll mount it behind this rad. I'm going to put a second one because now this is all different. I'm going to put a second fan. So basically, if this gets warm, or I might make this one turn on first, and then I'll kick the second one in, just so we can pull extra amounts of air off everything. That's kind of the plan. Yeah, so that's where we're at. Again, like I say, I'm gonna drill these so I know where I got to put my rib zerks, and then I'll find these. This is kind of loose and high right now, but it's only because I want to put rubber isolators under everything. And then where this rad goes, if I can do this with one hand, I gotta open up this hole a little more, and then on the back side, maybe you can see this. Doesn't look like it. Anyways, down here I gotta move this bar, and then I gotta make an opening here for the rad hose to go through, so that then we can kind of just take a rad hose, kind of run across to here. It's pretty hokey, but meh, we gotta do what we gotta do. Alright, well, we're still working on topping it up, just burping stuff out. So far, so good. I have added a second fan in the back, just for the condenser now. I noticed when I started up, I ran the AC and not too long, just idling. It was getting warm, so we got a second fan on there. I was going to hook it up to the engine relay, because I have a second relay for a second fan, but I might save it for the front. What I'm probably going to do is, over here is where my AC, when I turn it on, this switches and runs everything. So I might run a second relay that when I turn the AC on, it'll just automatically turn that fan on and it'll just kind of run. But I think we're pretty good other than that. We haven't let it run and idle. It's not really that hot out tonight, so I'm just going to kind of get everything back together, make sure stuff fits. It better. And I guess we'll test it out tomorrow and see how well it works. All right, we had her sitting out here. I don't know, I had it idling for like an hour. I think it got to 104. It's probably about it. It's not really that hot tonight though, so. But I did have the AC running the whole time, and it never got over 104, so I guess that's a win. I don't know. We'll have to drive it around, but it isn't going to get really that hot this week, so I don't know. Not sure. It's not going to make much difference, I guess, at this point. But we'll drive it around. We'll see how it goes. It's got to be better than it was. That's all there is to it. The rad is like twice the size. It's got twice the surface area, but again, half the rad is like under. See, I have the rads down here, but the rest of the core is up here somewhere. So at least half the rad is exposed. There's a lot more now than there was when I had this other one. I have used these, and these have ran great in all my other stuff. But this car, I guess because of the way it is with the hood and stuff like that, it just doesn't do it any favors. So, not a big deal. I think I'll probably use that on the 54, the turbo. I have like this rad kind of sitting in there. And I'll try to see if I can get this one to shoehorn in because, well, that other electric fan did fit on there, worked nice. So, for what the other car is going to do, this might be fine. Or we just use it for something else down the road. Not a big deal. Anyhow, I guess tomorrow we'll run around and see how she goes. All I know is the AC is nice and cold, which is nice. Kind of gets spoiled. I really, really like that. All right, till tomorrow. Hi, Bob. So, maybe I'll turn the fan off. A nice AC. That's working really good. The car now doesn't care. It cools really, really well. So I guess in the big picture we won, right? You don't care. I was going for a ride. Anyways, I want to thank you folks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later.
in my